Jason, get your guitar. Start the show with talking shit. You're gonna start with the Jim and Eddie, but instead of Jim, go like the joke will be Jason and Eddie, and then go into. Can you do? Wait, how does the talking shit song go? No, the other one. So, yeah. Can you start that? Can you do that? Can Chi-Chi, can you do it with them?
Yeah, just go. What? G-A. Do that.
And then. Then you go into your Bingle Bus song. Okay.
It's rolling
3 minutes. So Chi-Chi, how are you going to do that from over there? Can you do that? Who's going to be doing switch? Who's going to be switching?
Chi-Chi's starting. I'll switch.
Can you switch in the beginning? Okay.
He's gonna switch in the beginning.
No, but he's going to come over and start the song from the beginning.
That's good.
Okay.
It's already recorded.
It is?
It's just black though. It's a black
okay.
screen.
But they can hear us?
Yeah. Nothing's happening yet.
All right. Tell me when.
We got 3 minutes.
The dogs are going to bark all the time.
Oh. When we start? 3 minutes. When we start, you gotta hit it. Yeah, we're live. That's the live stream. So when we start, just click this will fade away and then you'll be able to switch back.
Cody, give it a minute till we get the show rolling. Okay. Oh.
Doesn't everybody look different in this day?
Pull into a spot. Right close. Yeah, everyone does. How long?
It's 23, so it's about a minute and a half.
All right, let me tweet it out.
Tweet it out.
Everybody tweet it out.
Yep.
Oh shit. Nope.
1 minute. Just click on it when we start.
Yeah, so you're going to start with Jason, start with Jim and Eddie. Jason, can you hear me? Start with the Jason and Eddie, then do the rap, then the bingle. Stop.
It's within this. How do we? Are people saying that they can't hear it? Are people saying that they can't hear it? Talking to that?
Can you hear me right now? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2. It's working. Okay. Okay.
One's an asshole, one's a grouch, and relentless are their mouths. Jim and Eddie,
Jason.
oh, and Jason. I'm pretty fucked up already. Talk shit. Da-da. Just keep on hitting the A. There you go. Kept talking shit Motherfuck you, damn shithead bitch. I talk shit till I'm old. Motherfuck you, bitch, goddamn asshole. You know I kept talking shit. Motherfuck you, damn shithead bitch. Talking shit till I'm old. So motherfuck you, bitch, goddamn asshole. Bingo, 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 bingo bus. It's a real good time with your host, Eddie Ift. Will he cross the line?
We're a minute and 37 seconds into the 24-hour-long Talking Shit / Bingo Bus live Ustream, and I want to kill myself already.
Yeah, I've already tried.
Jason showed up fucked up because he's trying to ruin his life because things are going well for him. Chi-Chi, thank you for filling in as Too Short.
Oh, you're welcome.
We couldn't get too short. We have guests showing up, guests canceling out. This has been the hardest thing to produce, so you better fucking appreciate it. And if you want, you can still give. We got a $60,000 goal because we got to pay $5,000 for the T-shirts, and we owe Kickstarter like $2,500. We owe Amazon $2,500. So our finances are already dwindling. So if you want to keep contributing, go to bingobus.com. Right now, we are this is our 24-hour telethon. We're not going to beg for money the whole time. Just a little bit. Every once in a while, throw it in there. Looks like it says 51,219. 51,219. So let's see if in 24 hours we can get up to 60. We're going to be here. We're going to be doing 24 at different hours, hour-long shows. We're going to break them all up into podcasts. So if you're watching it, you're lucky. If you're hearing for this for the first time, you just listened to the podcast, so you missed out on the live Ustream. I think we'll record it, though. It's all being recorded, so maybe we'll sell it or something. You can buy it. I don't know who would want to buy 24 hours of this shit. You're just going to watch a bunch of people unravel and maybe kill each other. This is kind of historic because
Did you get Guinness?
We contacted Guinness. Everything we did, nothing really works. Just like the song didn't really work.
It's the heart that matters.
Yeah, I mean, we try, everyone. We just have zero budget, and the guys work their asses off. Fucking Machete, Chi-Chi, and Bingle, or Bingo, Big Weeble Wobble, and Cody worked his ass off, too.
What's up, man?
Our first guest of the evening is showing up on a fucking bike. He just mountain biked down here. Would you come by via the beach?
Yes, sir.
Graham, did you really? Did you ride down the
Yeah.
You live where? Like Ocean Park. Oh, you have fuck, you should be here more often. Graham Elwood's our first guest. I would bring it in, and or if you have a lock, I would lock it to that fence right there.
Yeah, it'll be safe.
Lock it. Yeah, we got too much shit going on right now. Graham Elwood from Comedy Film Nerds, our first guest tonight for our first hour. Graham, who helped me a lot with the Kickstarter and saved me from killing myself. It's pretty historic, though, because this is going to be the end of the house. We're moving in 2 weeks. The end of the show.
The magazines are gone off the stairs.
These will be the last shows ever of Talking Shit, and as we move on to the Bingo Bus. So, Graham, welcome. No, sit down with the helmet. Sit with the gloves.
Safety first, guys.
Bring a dog. Bring a dog. Sit down. Noosa's going to bite everyone that comes through the house.
What's up?
Harlow. This is like Harlow's.
This is like Canadian public
Your dog just
access.
jumped into my mouth.
That's pretty much what it is. This is Harlow's greatest day ever. She's just like, friends.
How's it going, eh?
Good. Good.
Keep the helmet on the whole show.
All right, I'll keep safety first. Safety first. I don't know. Actually, with this show, I should wear a goddamn helmet. I don't trust what's going to happen.
With the new bus, you're gonna wanna wear a helmet. Have we decided who's gonna drive the bus?
I thought I was driving the bus.
Oh God.
I'd like to drive your bus.
Cody, you think you? What have you driven?
I used to drive buses.
When did you
there
drive?
we go then.
When I worked at Disneyland, I got a loading group.
Cody drove the bus for Disneyland.
Cody drove the bus. Now over here.
Is that a good thing though?
Do you think the kids were happy about that?
Over to the left. Are they hearing us? Are they claiming they can't hear on Ustream? We are streaming this.
Nice.
It's going out for 24 fucking hours.
This is the first hour?
You're in the very first hour. You're in the first 5 minutes of 24 hours. I'm going to kill myself tonight.
You're out of your mind.
I shouldn't make that joke with Robin Williams just doing that.
Yeah, dude, come on.
I know, that was bad taste. It's so funny. I make jokes about everything, and that was one of the ones where I was like, I'm not going to joke about this. I appreciate, like, there's a lot of criticism of Robin, but for the most part, like, I appreciate him as a comic too much to ever make jokes or anything.
And it's part of me is also like we don't got to be snarky with everything.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
And
like
he's such a he just like I said the one thing he made millions of people happy.
Yeah.
Like you can't criticize a guy that did that. If it was Pauly Shore that died, that did it, then we could make jokes.
And I'm sorry, I'm switching headgear.
Good.
And the other thing too, like. We were talking about this on Comedy Film Nerds. He was one of the few, I don't know, comics to go from club act to amazing actor. Not film star, just doing the same thing he's always
award-winning actor.
Yes. I mean, even like Mrs. Doubtfire, which I've made fun of mercilessly, it's still an amazing piece of acting for him to dress up and look like an old Irish woman.
It was amazing. And I'll be honest, weird things get me emotional. When he won the Academy Award for Good Will Hunting, I got like emotional about that because he was so fucking good in it.
That's a great movie. It's a great story.
He was so good though that I was pulling for it. Like I wanted him to win so badly, and when he won.
None of those things mean dick, especially like, you've traveled a lot. I've traveled a lot. You go around the world and you go to like a third world country.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? They can't even afford my shitty used bicycle that I rode over here.
They can't afford your shoes.
Yeah, they cannot. No, these are like.
And they don't have shoes.
And America's like, oh, my Nikes are old. I need new ones. It's like.
And I think, honestly, like the more of that you get, almost the worse it is. Like the more. My most successful friends in the ideals of America of success are usually my most unhappy friends.
Right. Because you're, especially with show business, but this applies just to wealthy people in general, because it's never enough.
No.
The new car, it's now I need the better with the thing.
Yeah.
My neighbor's pool is bigger than mine.
Yeah,
like it never ends.
It's really sad. And I always say to people, they're like, oh, I want to be successful, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
that's why Jesus works out for so many people, man.
That's a good point, Jason.
That's a very good point, Jason.
Jesus is like kind of.
Yeah, but nobody follows them. Everybody's a hypocrite.
Yeah, but they tell themselves it's like placebo. You can take a pill. You may not have real medicine in it, but you'll feel better.
I'm just gonna do a little technical checkup here. I'm a little nervous.
Right?
Is the Ustream working? I want to know. People are listening right now.
We're having sound problems.
They cannot hear us on Ustream.
Yeah, they can't hear us. They can see us fine, but they can't hear us.
That kind of sucks.
That does suck.
We should get an interpreter.
Machete, you're a sound guy.
Can you do some sign language?
Audio's back.
Audio's back.
Audio's back. They can hear us.
Hello, everybody.
Now it's good. Good now. Audio is back.
All right. Sorry, people on Ustream that have been watching. It's gone again?
No, we're good.
Okay. So for the last 10 minutes, you haven't heard us? We'll start all over from the beginning.
Bingo. Bingo.
Well, I think we should dedicate the next 24 hours to Robin Williams.
That's cool.
And to all our fans out there, if you've ever been depressed or anything, maybe we'll take calls later and we'll fix you up. I'm thinking we got to do a charity with Bingo Bus, and I think maybe we should do something like that
for like something for depression or something with like helping people
mental
somehow.
illness.
Mental illness would be a good.
Because we have a short bus.
There you go.
Plus, and we have our fan base is
Our fans
sick.
are all tards. Look at this one beside me. This guy gave us $3 grand. $3 grand.
No way.
Yeah, this is
dude.
That's his second donation. He's given 1,000 before. He gave $3 grand because you know what you get for $3 grand?
What?
You get the Bonnie Rotten dance.
So that's what he's hanging out here for?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if that's going to happen tonight. It might. It might. You want it on the bus, though. Yeah, he wants it on the bus.
All right.
Yeah, tonight doesn't count. But I noticed, can you come over here so the camera can see you, Jonathan? Jonathan McElnay-Moe shaved his head and now looks like, where is my rifle? Where is my gun?
Yeah, exactly.
This is for fighting. This is for fun.
Does
he not look like a school shooter?
You're in a militia, right? You're in a militia?
You missed a little time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He does.
Yeah,
Watch
all
this.
right.
Oh, my God, Jason. Is this
You're
who
the
you
guy
sold
with the tucked your dick back in the picture?
No.
All right, good.
How many guns? You own 6 guns? How many AR-15s?
Just one.
You only need one.
Was Obama, when Obama was elected, were you afraid they were going to take him?
Well, I gave a bunch of money to the NRA.
Wow. He's terrifying.
I wonder what the crossover between the NRA and talk shit does.
I'd say about half our fans are really, really anti-gun, and half are super gun. And so I would never bring it up because I don't need them fighting each other. We need to come to a common
House
goal.
divided does not prosper.
But this psychopath is going to take somebody out. Why do you own all the guns? I'd just like to know.
Because they're fun.
You just like to go out and shoot shit?
Yeah. Like, got this stuff called tannerite. You mix it up.
Is that the shit that blows up?
Yeah, it explodes.
My friends do that too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But they live out in the middle of nowhere. You live in San Francisco.
Well, it's north of San Francisco. We got a lot of, like, wilderness areas that you can go to.
Do you know what this tannerite shit is? They put it and they shoot it, and it makes like a massive explosion. You should have
we
brought
mixed
some.
a bunch up and blew up a tree stump with it.
I was silent? I just wanted to make it really awkward. So what other guns do you own?
Well, I've got like a 30-06 hunting rifle.
Right. Do you hunt?
Well, I wanted to, but my buddy that was gonna go hunting with me got arrested for shooting his shotgun off in his front yard, and so now he can't own guns for.
Do you understand, Graham? These are all. He's just.
Wow.
He is just emblematic of all our fans. Like, this is just. It's not like he's different.
Slightly different fan base at
If
Comedy
I lined them all up, they would all have similar stories. Yeah. Every one of them would be like, yeah, so.
Our fan base is good for the apocalypse.
Yeah, we already have a good zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, we have an army ready for when the apocalypse.
Oh, great.
comes.
That's
Speaking of which, what is your shirt?
This is the AOP road shirt, man. When I went across America and everybody signed my shirt, I figured it's the last day of talking shit. This is the.
He went across the country on $19.
Good for you.
Our fans drove him.
That's amazing.
Guys like this picked me up
and drove him
and drove me to places,
and we put a chip on him too. We GPS'd him.
Did you put it in his ear, like when you're tracking a wolf?
I put it on his phone and he didn't know it.
Your skin or something.
I put an app on his phone. I'd be like, "Where are you, Jason?" He'd be like, I'm in Arizona." I'm like, "No, you're not, Jason." And he'd be like, "Yeah, I am." I'm like, "You're supposed to be in Texas, Jason." Jason just did a shot of 5 Hour Energy. That's gonna work.
Wow.
We're 14 minutes in. We've got 24 hours.
We tanked shit already.
He showed up fucked up.
Good for you, buddy.
Nah, I mean I'm just a little fucked up.
What's the longest podcast you guys have done?
God, maybe 2 hours. 2 hours. We've never done 24 hours.
Like too long, right?
Yeah, I remember. I've been a guest when Pardo used to do the podcast-a-thon that would go overnight. He would raise money, and I would show up at he'd always every year he'd email me like, "We need a guest for 3 a.m." I'd be like,
this is that's my hard hours. I've got it all full till about 6 a.m. Actually, I've got it full till 6, then 6 till about noon. I'm fucked. We're going to be in so much trouble. Luckily, we've written up all these, I'm going to send these guys out on a scavenger hunt.
Oh, there you go.
I have, we're going to act out the Titanic. We've got the scripts. We're going to play strip Trivial Pursuit with Bonnie Rotten. Guess who's going to lose? Oh, we can't do that. Ustream. Sorry, guys. Ustream won't let us have any nudity or any drug use on here. So all the nudity will be going on over there, which we'll be looking at, and all the drug use will be going on over there. But we will show it somewhere else later.
You'll get it.
You'll get it. Jonathan, you going to get naked?
Come on, dude.
I don't know. I hope not.
Would you bang Bonnie Rotten if she let you?
Yeah.
Would you?
Would you
Yeah.
do it in the room with us here?
Maybe.
Jesus. Would you have sex with Bonnie Rotten without a condom?
Probably not.
Okay, good. I just wanted to see if you were totally psycho. She's probably the cleanest thing in the world, though, how much they have to get tested, those porn stars.
She's a regulated entity.
Yeah. Not like one of those skanks you pick up down in one of Jason's Playa del Rey bars.
There's some trashy women down there.
You hang out down in the playa?
Yeah, I live down there.
Oh, nice.
That is a drinking town, dude. Holy shit.
Okay, if you thought we raised a lot of money, 130 grand they raised on their Kickstarter.
139,000. And this is the greatest thing about it, because Eddie was calling me and texting me like, and I was like, it's nothing. We needed to raise $135,000 to do this podcasting documentary called Earbuds that we're in post-production on, and 3 days out we were 60 some grand short, and we were like, this isn't gonna happen. But this dude Zane Lamprey, I believe.
I know Zane. Yeah, we've had him on the show.
$500,000 he needed to raise. He was like $200-some thousand short 3 days out and funded. And it was just like,
well, we funded 2 days ago.
Right.
We got it. But I feel like everyone quit then. They're like, you got it. But they don't realize how many costs you have. And I'm like, fuck, we got to pay Amazon. We got to pay Kickstarter. And then all the mailings. All the shit we have to mail out.
All the shit you got to mail. And there's we had $6,000 in credit cards that ended up just not going through. They were just like, sorry.
Oh, fuck. I'm 130.
Yeah. That doesn't go to your, that doesn't count against you, though, does it?
Doesn't count against you. It's still funds. You get all your money, but after the fact, when we're waiting to actually get the money transferred to us, they're like, yeah, sorry. And you're just like, so it's, I mean, hey, man, it's awesome, and we're doing a movie, and we own it, but...
So you guys finished the movie?
We've done 95% of it is done. We're going to shoot a couple more interviews at Los Angeles Podcast Festival,
which we're going to be at. We're doing Friday night. Captain Chaos is going to be there. Graham, we wanted to talk to you about our new idea, and we want you to be part of it.
Do I have to fuck or shoot somebody? Is this how?
Of course.
It's going to be all. Yeah, it's going to be dangerous. Podcast Festival starts when?
September 26th through the 28th. You can get tickets at lapodfest.com. And it's funny you're doing Ustream, because we are going to be rolling out soon a pay-per-view for the whole weekend.
Oh, awesome.
And you can see every show video stream, and we're going to give each show a unique coupon code to save $5.
And everyone's doing a live show there.
Everyone is doing their podcast
Name
live.
some of the podcasts that are going to be there.
Mark Maron, we just signed him. We've Aisha Tyler, Jay Moore, Death Squad is doing a show, Sam Tripoli, Naughty Show.
Sam's going on after us on Friday night.
Yes, he is going on after you, and then Death Squad after that. It's going to be
a good time.
There's 35 shows.
Sam and the Death Squad?
Yeah, which is great.
We just want to keep all the lunatics in one room and just let them sit there all night. Like that's how we're going to
that's actually what's going to happen. I think.
Just everyone with a face tattoo. Just
anybody that looks like they could have been involved in the Columbine shooting.
Yeah, just there you go.
Will be
a lot of trench coats.
Yeah,
we want them late at night. We want them in one area.
Brass knuckles, wearing night vision goggles. Look a lot like that.
Yeah, we will have sniper teams in place just in case.
Oh, don't worry, they'll know where they are. Okay, so Jason and I, we don't know whose idea this really has been.
Doesn't matter.
But let's co-take credit.
It's your idea.
Okay, it's
both
my
idea too.
Okay,
we want to do the Cannonball Run.
Yeah. Podcast style.
Podcast. We want all the podcasts to drive from LA to New York. And you take your vehicle, whatever vehicle you use to do it, and you record podcasts along the way. And let's say, they're checkpoints, just like in Cannonball Run, where you would get to a checkpoint, however fast you got there, you got a head start the next day when the takeoff time was the next day. So, let's say you go to Phoenix, first one, 6 hours. Okay, so you get there 20 minutes before everybody. You get to leave 20 minutes early the next day. However, at each checkpoint will be a comedy club where we do a big show. So people show up.
Awesome.
And all the comedians do the show, and then they take off and go to the next checkpoint. And we have every comedian. And then we record it all. We film it all.
We shoot it all.
Do a movie. It's just like your podcast festival on wheels.
I'm in.
And everyone takes like whatever vehicle. Like we take our school bus.
Dude, that is the greatest idea, and that's everything that's awesome about podcasting.
Fairbanks is already mobile with his podcast.
Yeah,
He's in the car.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to ask everybody tonight who comes on the show if they will, because we have 1 million people coming in, and I'm going to say, would you want to do this? And we're going to organize the Cannonball Run. And Comedy Central should get behind this.
Comedy Central should absolutely get behind this because
for Captain Chaos outfit.
Keep growing the beard.
Do it for him.
And I'm telling you, then
him can do it.
Each comedy club you probably would sell out because the fans would be like,
we might have to do.
There'd be a riot in the streets.
Yeah,
and I think everyone would have to release every night. You know what I mean? Like you'd have the podcast you recorded during the day. I think you'd have to release it every night so that the fans could follow.
And you could promote it. And
This could be a sensation across the nation.
This is awesome,
bro.
dude.
This could be extremely big.
And if a network doesn't get behind it, then let's fucking do it. Let's just.
Well, I mean, the network didn't get behind our bingo bus, so we did it ourselves. And now everyone is coming to us. Everyone is going, hey, I think we could take this to network. And I'm not going to say which networks have already contacted me going,
of course,
hey, this is something we should be doing on our show. Why don't you come in for a meeting? And I'm like, why do we need you now?
I know.
Like,
why?
Where were you when we needed you?
You know how many pitch meetings I had to have to fund a $140,000 feature film? Yeah. Bing.
Yeah. It's
zero.
I do get that. I do have this kind of like, not...
You want the
resentment.
There is resentment. I mean, we all want the acceptance of a network hired us.
Yeah,
and there's money, and it helps with our career and sell tickets on the road and all that stuff. But the more we do this shit,
because when you go on something that big, I know from when I did Last Comic Standing, I went to the airport and people are like, hey, Eddie, hey, and it's just like automatic overnight audience, and it's so easy, and we see these people that get tapped by the network, and all of a sudden they're massive, and you're like, that person's no better than this is so unfair.
Right. No, more famous doesn't mean more talented.
No, not at all.
Lachlan Patterson.
No. Yeah, Lachlan. Where are you? In Nashville right now. He couldn't do our show because he's got to go on his tour now.
What a son of a bitch.
I have the funniest message from so Lachlan's one of my best friends in the world. And I go surfing with Lachlan all the time. He's on the show. Practically, he hosts it when I'm not here. He's here all the time. I get a call from my mother. My mother leaves this voicemail the other day. Let me see.
I was just watching Eddie's mom. I was just watching Last Comic Standing, and there was a kid on named Lachlan Patterson. Lachlan Patterson, I think. Lachlan, Lachlan. And I thought he was very good, very refreshing, young, and he's handsome too, which helps,
handsome.
you know. So keep your eyes open for me.
My mom just discovered Lachlan.
That young 40-year-old.
Yeah, that 40-year-old. Keep your eyes out for him. I think he's got a bright future.
Yeah. You see if you run across him out there on the circuit.
So that what kind of vehicle would you guys drive in the Cannonball Run?
Oh, comedy film nerds. We would have to get some kind of film-related car.
Yeah.
Maybe we would get
something from the original Cannonball Run.
Or like the original Batmobile.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Something awesome like that.
That would be awesome. Because the whole idea, what I've heard about these gumball rallies and stuff like that, it's like you're not really going to speed because too many tickets and stuff like that and too dangerous.
It's about partying. Costumes.
It's about the party.
Dude, it's about the stories every night that each comic tells about the hijinks on the road.
What happened in the
we're going to slash some tires.
What?
What are you talking about? Why would it be?
Because you got to win too, right?
Oh, what?
Well, see, what we'd have to do is we'd have to somehow organize the win in a different way where when you get... This is great that we're recording this. It's like an official...
Right.
Like we have record of this that no one can steal it from us now.
We did it.
too many people are watching that we go, if like one of the networks did, we're like, I'm sorry, it's all right here.
Sorry,
we
dude.
filmed our entire pitch.
It's on Ustream, bitch.
Anyway, there would be something like you would get points for like your stand-up set or something to get you a head start the next day or something like that. Like how many
with an applausometer?
Yeah, something like that. Nah, 'cause I
but
hate
even that, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe
something
you have
fun.
some competition aspect to it.
Who cares?
But maybe you don't. Maybe
Yeah.
you just travel across the country. This mobile like fucking Burning Man podcast that just goes across the country. The fans would go crazy.
Stops.
It never comes.
I fucking loved Cannonball Run. I thought that was like the greatest film ever.
Yes.
Dude, it's Dom DeLuise.
Yeah.
I mean,
so good. They land the plane in the middle of the road to get beers.
Yeah.
In the beginning, you know, like he lands a plane, they get out, they get beers, and get back into fly with beers.
I tell you what we would get. I would try to get Bandits Trans Am. Now that I think about it,
that Trans Am was gorgeous.
That was just beautiful.
That was a gorgeous.
With the T roof or whatever you call that.
The funniest car on Cannonball Run was the one where the monkey was driving.
Of course.
Yeah.
Was it a baboon? It was a baboon.
It was
orangutan.
Orangutan. Yeah. It was
and then the
orangutan.
doctor. Remember the doctor
Yeah.
was just giving them all drugs.
That's Cody.
Yeah.
Or get Jerry Reed's 18-wheeler. That's what we would
But
get.
could you see trying to recruit? There's a lot of podcasts that would be like, yeah, we're totally in. Like I could see Crab
The
Feast
Kooks,
doing this.
they got the Vanagon they're going to drive.
But there'd be people like you go to like let's say Marin and you tell them to, and Marin would go, I'm not gonna
drive.
Leave me alone.
He'd be like Jamie Farr in the back of a limo.
And Jay Moore would be like, I'm gonna take a plane from L.A. to New York. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to just shoot a little lower in the age group and probably the financial bracket.
Yeah, it's the working class podcast.
Yeah.
Cannonball Run.
The podcast with no hope or future. That's who you want.
Us. We're the prime candidate. We're going to do this if no one does. We're doing it anyways. We got a bus.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so fired up that you got that bus thing. Because when you first told me about the idea, I'm like, this is great. It's another reason why podcasting... And you can just take it anywhere and anyone can use, like, you were like, oh, we'll go to Comic-Con. And then if Comedy Film Nerds wants to do a show, we're like, oh, we're doing a show live in the Bingo Bus. Like, that's fucking brilliant, man.
I can't wait to loan it out to people.
Dude.
I was just, weirdly, when I listen to podcasts, I've realized there's no podcast that I listen to regularly. I switch around so much and listen to podcasts now. I was just listening to Brendan
Walsh.
Brendan Walsh's podcast. I was just fucking laughing so hard because they were just playing clips. They basically were playing clips of a TV show, and not talking, just letting it play. And then I was listening to Tom Segura's the other day, and Tom Segura's, they were just making fun of this one thing for so long. And I was like, everybody gets to do whatever
you
fuck
want.
they want on it's awesome.
Whatever you want. Like, I was watching earlier today. I was watching Earbuds footage and the interview with Mike Schmidt. He does 2, 3, 4 hour shows.
Really?
He just talks. He goes, I just do whatever I want to do. I talk about my entire life. He goes, I open a vein every week and bleed all over everybody. And I get emails from people going, you're fucking stupid. He goes, thanks for giving us a shot.
Who is Mike Schmidt?
Mike Schmidt is a comic. I've known him for years from Chicago. Big, heavy set dude.
I know him. I know Mike Schmidt. Yeah.
He used to be a co-host on Never Not Funny and then started his own thing, The 40-Year-Old Boy. And his fans are so rabid and loyal.
Yeah, I know something about Jimmy Pardo's fans. Jimmy Pardo's fans are all like that.
Oh, yeah. I remember before I ever had a podcast and when I kind of went back on the road heavy in like 08, 09, I was on Pardo's show a lot and made a joke about I liked riding the bus, and then Jimmy and I one time talked about how we loved Men's Warehouse for suits, and fans started coming up to me going, here's my bus pass, or here's my Men's Warehouse club card, and that's when I first went, oh, fuck, this podcast fans they're different.
I started a podcast. I might have told you this on this show. Brian Callen and I did a show probably like, I don't know if it was like 8 years ago now. We did a podcast.
Really?
Called,
The Wingman.
had to be over 5 years ago. And way over 5 years, 6, maybe 7, called Wingmen, where Brian and I gave advice to guys on how to get laid. We used to say, Love Lines will tell you how not to get an STD. We'll tell you how to get one. And Brian and I just both at the time were like single and just chasing tail all the time. And it was like we had acquired like skills. If you do it long enough, you get good at it.
Sure.
Even this guy right here has gotten really good at it. He lost like 200 pounds and he's like a pro now. And So we got really good at it, and we were like, let's bring on experts. And we'd bring on experts, and we'd ask them questions, and they'd tell like how to do it. And we were doing it on there was a network. These guys tried a network, and Jimmy Pardo was the other show on the network.
Oh, yeah. I remember doing a podcast like 7-8 years ago on a network called the Now Live Network or something. I did this podcast.
I can't remember what ours was called.
God, I remember that. But you would do it live. It would live stream, and then they also tried to make it like a social media.
But even back then, the biggest one was that one out of New York with the guy and the girl. Does anybody know the one out of New York that's really popular? What? The podcast.
Are you guys not listening to the show?
No one has headphones on tonight.
Oh.
They didn't want to use headphones. They said it looks better for Ustream. What's the name of the pod? Keith and the Girl.
Oh, yeah. They've been around forever.
They were huge when we started, and they have like a crazy fanatical fan base.
And they really were the first people early on to turn it into a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like they rent an apartment in Brooklyn that's their studio.
Yeah. Have you done it? I've never done it.
Yeah, I've been out there a couple times. We did it, and they run there like a business.
I always wanted to have Keith on because we're from the same hometown. And, that was so mean. Did you see that?
I saw that. Noosa, you little shitter.
Noosa just took the bone from Harlow. Harlow was so upset. Come here, Harlow. Oh, come here.
We won't have the dogs on the bus.
You think so? No.
We're going to have the dogs on the bus?
Chi-Chi hates the dogs.
Chi-Chi just said no.
Why do you hate the dogs, Cheech?
They're not going to be on the bus because I'm living up in the woods now, and the coyotes are going to take Harlow.
Yeah, you told us that whole coyote thing.
All I think about. All night long I watch videos and read about them. Because you want to come over with your AR-15?
Sure.
As long as you get to blow some shit up.
They are terrifying, coyotes.
Yeah. They're goddamn wild animals. They're not little puppies.
But I went down one of those wormholes. You know when you get into YouTube and you just keep going and going and going. I'm watching wolves fucking kill a coyote then, and I'm feeling sorry for the coyote then. And then I hate the wolves. Then
there's eagles dragging the wolves off cliffs.
The eagles were going after the wolves.
It's like
eagles were going after wolves.
It's a big fucking cartoon out there,
evil. Man. The eagles.
Eagles are badass.
Dr. Drew told me about that hawk that attacked him. Mm-hmm. Psycho Mike's coming over.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love Psycho Mike.
It's Harlow.
I feel like this is a whole kind of end of an era for you in terms of this beach bungalow apartment, the talking shit show.
Yeah, I'm growing up.
He's got a human on the way.
I'm having a baby.
You're having a baby?
I thought I told you that.
You didn't know that
I knew you were married.
January 1st. I'm having a baby.
No way, dude.
Well, I'm supposed to January 1st.
The last soul from heaven before the apocalypse.
The last soul from
It is your child. I mean, sorry.
Hey, Cody. Oh, Adrian, how are you, man? Everybody
is that the hot box thing, or is that a remote?
Is that a Bengal Bus cake?
Adrian, this is another guy that's helped out with the show a lot.
Bengal Bus cake!
Fucking shit! Is that a cake?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Put it on.
Oh
Adrian,
my
show
goodness!
That on here.
That's amazing, dude.
How fucking
You got awesome
crazy is
fans.
that? Harlow, get the fuck out of here.
Noosa, out. Harlow, go.
That's
Unreal.
amazing.
Dude, that is incredible.
Put it right on Eddie's lap.
It's loaded with
Harlow will jump
THC
on
and
it.
diuretics.
Can we shoot that with an AR-15?
Oh, that is
Holy shit.
amazing, dude.
That is
That's
the
pretty
Bingle Bus
badass.
celebration cake.
That is awesome.
Adrian, in front of this camera.
Harlow.
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 Upstairs.
Harlow.
Or something.
That is so fucking cool. Who did that?
I made it last night.
Shut up.
Dude, that's amazing. Are you like a
wrong with
professional
you?
cake guy?
What kind of skills do you have?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong?
How dare you?
You did a nice thing for me.
How
What
dare
the
you
fuck?
have those skills?
You're not supposed to make a cake into a bus for the love of Christ.
That's amazing.
That was
though.
beautiful.
That was
Are
incredible.
you gonna cry?
A little bit. I'm sad. I'm sad that this is over. I don't want to move out of this house. My wife's
It's better
making
than
me.
the other cake, a big pile of shit.
What cake?
If it was for the other show.
Oh, talking shit. and
yeah,
it's
just a big
a-
shit
Yeah.
cake.
Just in a middle finger and a dirty sock.
I'm anxious to get the other show going, but talking shit, we have had so many fucking memories. Like so many things have happened in this house.
I got to tell you, man, when I did your 300th episode at the Improv in December, that was so much fun. And it was a really cool thing. You packed that club, and the way it just kind of became this like freestyle drop in, I was like, this is a cool little universe that you've created. I really thought it was awesome.
It is a universe that he's created.
And I would
it's Eddie's world.
I like it that it's like I said, I don't care if I'm massive or I sell theaters or anything like that. Just as long I did a documentary film years ago called America the Punchline, and I went around and I interviewed a million comics, like did a documentary like you guys done. And one of the things that stuck in my head was Reginald D. Hunter, who's an amazing comic from the UK. He's actually from Atlanta, black guy from Atlanta, but he's lived over there and he only does comedy like around the world. Doesn't rarely perform in America. And he's a great comic. Really profound, really smart, really good stuff. And we were talking to him, and he said, my reason for doing comedy is because I get up on stage and I say what I want to say.
Right.
And then I end up meeting people like me. He's like, people that don't like me go away and don't come back. But the people that like me come back and they bring their friends, and then there's more people that are like me. So it's my way of socializing. I get up and tell what I feel, and these people that agree with me then come back, and you create your own little world. And it's like, look, if I was out there in the masses, no one's gonna fucking agree with me.
Do you realize that like you just like you get on stage and you say the things that you think, and then you meet people that are like you.
Yeah.
And then look at our fan base, and then just look at the
They're all
guys that
school
come out.
shooters.
Like you have this
all-
pack of psychopaths around you.
People think I'm crazy. I don't think I am.
Wonderful world
I
you've
think I'm
created.
totally normal. That's the bad part. Look, they all just looked at me.
I lived with him for 2 years on the previous couch, and
The one we had to destroy.
He is fucking crazy. You think you're not normal?
You don't think?
Dude, you would wake me up. You're off. It's good though. I love it.
I'm off.
Yeah, like off. Just a little
Well,
off.
I'm curious to see what kind of a dad you're going to be.
It's good.
so am I. Fuck.
$270 since we've started.
Oh, really?
Nice.
We're raising money. Way to go, shitheads.
150 people watching.
Awesome.
Right on.
Yeah. So keep giving, guys. We're not gonna make it.
You're going to try to raise another 60 grand?
No. We're gonna try to get it.
Yeah, we're gonna try to
50
raise another 60
from
grand.
51 is where we are right now. We're gonna try to go to 60 grand.
I say we go
By-
for
To get a bigger
Ho-
bus
no,
or more?
to pay off all the bills. I mean, it's so expensive. The bus alone, we haven't found anything for under 11 grand for the bus. So then
the studio.
we've
and
got
all
to
that shit.
build the studio, and
And you just raised how much?
we 50.
50. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
51 to.
Well, we're at about
Right.
51.4 something now.
51 for 89.
So we've got to go. A lot of the equipment, like this is Machete's equipment. Some of this,
Right.
it can't go in the bus.
Sure.
Because he does 20 other shows.
Plus
Right.
moving around, you need to be
Yeah.
on a rack.
So
You
we
got to
got-
have it in the bus.
So we got to
Yeah,
buy
it's gonna be
all this
dedicated.
equipment. We own these. The cameras that everybody says I sold.
there they are.
Didn't you donate one of these cameras?
No, just a video mixer.
Oh yeah, you donated the mixer
Really?
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice
that video
job, dude.
mixer right there is what allows us to go camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. I mean, this is a multi-camera.
You guys
setup.
have a fancy setup here.
It's complicated.
It's evolved. Think about like you saw that clip that Babin put out with the sizzle of like just the beginning. Started with the War of the Worlds and all that shit, the radio, and then the very very first episode of Talking Shit. We're like here it is. It's the first show.
Yeah, we sat down our first show, and it goes like this. I go, so I guess this is the beginning. What are we gonna call this?
And then we clapped.
And we were like, so what do we do? And Jason goes, I don't know. And Jim's like, I guess we just talk. And that was it. And then we're on. Does anybody know what episode this is? Is this like 370th or something?
Bless you.
Thank you. 365.
So we're gonna end up with
Wait, no, 366.
366. So we're gonna end up with like 390 episodes.
And I know we're saying the show you're doing at the festival, we're calling it Talking Shit, or is it going to be, what is it
I
going
think
to
it's
be?
still talking shit because the bingo bus won't be ready for about 12 weeks.
Right. We can't
So
really
this is
drive it into a
Talking
hotel
Bingo.
either.
We're gonna get to talk to Adrian. Adrian that just brought the cake is he customizes vans, VWs. That's what he does. So
I'm excited. Look what he did with a goddamn cake. Imagine what he could do with a bus.
That was incredible.
It's one of those cakes. I'm hungry, but I don't know that. I feel like I'm cutting into it. I'm ruining art.
Yeah, I feel like that too. He has like little fucking army men in it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I could stick my dick in it, and that'd be okay. Like I could fuck it, but that's.
I'll bet you there's a glory hole in it. if he knows us, he put that in.
Yeah,
and you know what would really be funny is if he went out to park his car, if he came back and we were doing cake farts on it. If just Jonathan McElnay Moe's completely naked, just doing cake. Have you ever seen cake farts?
No.
Go to cakefarts.com.
Oh, of course there's cakefarts.com.
This is an old one. It's maybe one of the funniest websites in the history of the world.
What was that video? One time, like, again, this is like, living with Eddie. Jason, you got to see this, man. Hurry up, get in here. You got to see this. This is like, and I go in there and it's like a dude with a stump leg shoving it up another man's ass to Super Mario Brothers music.
That was
it's like the fucking what the fuck?
You have to see that.
I had to run upstairs. Like he made it like there's a big.
Is it like a dolphin jumping through a rainbow? No, it's a guy stump fucking a dude.
I think it was the Donkey Kong song, Jason.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh well, get it right. Don't be an asshole.
It's totally different.
There's so many. There's so many websites now for cake farts. I believe it's cakefarts.com.
Oh, I forgot to. Shit, I forgot to tweet this. What, where?
That link, if you text it to him?
Yeah, Cody's supposed to send it. Is Cody here?
Yeah, I already sent it out.
Can you send it to Graham?
Yeah, I didn't tag him because I didn't know he was here when I sent it.
It's all right.
While I was driving in.
Oh my God, cakefarts.com's gone. Hey, it's available if you want to buy it. Anybody out there, if you need a website, cakefarts.com. People go to that often.
How much do they want for it? Is it like premium?
I don't know.
Somebody's watching from Madrid, but when I get to Norway tomorrow, they're going to send their donation. #BengalBus.
I wonder if that's Raul.
Thanks, Madrid.
Oh, I thought maybe you were going to Madrid. Aren't you going?
I'm going to Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Beijing to do shows.
Have you done those before?
Never.
Okay, I've done them. Who are you doing? Are you John Morehouse?
Do Michael Dorsher.
No, I've never.
And then I'm doing that's in Hong Kong, and then I'm doing through Kung Fu Comedy in Shanghai and Beijing.
What's Kung Fu? Is that the military stuff?
No, it's all just clubs with expats and stuff.
Is that Jonathan Atherton?
I think so.
This
guy Michael Dorsher is the Hong Kong guy, and he hooked me up with the guys in the other cities.
I've gone over and done Hong Kong.
Yeah,
I've done tons of shows over there. It's the expert. I mean, they're good. The shows are great because they're run like the British style, which is better than ours. Like people facing you and intermissions, so they're listening. No wait service, but Hong Kong stinks. Oh my God.
I'm just excited to go because of all the Bruce Lee movies and everything that we're showing out there.
Just wear a mask. There's a reason SARS came from that place. It's just disgusting. You'll dry heave. I swear to God. I went to India. I'd go to India over China. I was like, ugh. I was smelling things all the time that I was just like, there was something that they were selling in a street, in a cart, that looked like sausage balls and potato chips floating in dirty water, and everybody was eating it. And
that sounds great.
I was there with a film crew, and I was paying people to eat it. I was like, how much do I have to pay you to eat that? And everyone was like, no fucking way. And I'm like, I'll give you $100 if you take a bite of that. And everyone that was taking a bite was throwing up. It was so disgusting. I threw up so many times there just from eating food. We'd be driving down the road in a taxi, and I'd be like, can you pull over? I'd just open the door and just start puking out the door. It's fucking wrong.
I just retweeted it so people know that I'm on the show. My fans can maybe tune in. I'm excited. I've actually never been anywhere to China. I've been to Japan before, and I've been to Indonesia, Singapore, but I've never been anywhere in China. I'm excited, and
Singapore has 4 floors of horrors.
4 floors.
Do you know about the 4 floors of horrors?
No, Edward.
There's a whorehouse there that my friend went to, called the 4 Floors of Horrors, and on the bottom floor is straight. The second floor is gay. Third floor is trannies. What goes on the 4th floor?
No, it sounds like the raid of porn.
Well, my friend Giovanni Mello tells me that he got a helicopter's license. He goes, did you hear I get my helicopter's license? I go, when? He goes, at the 4 Floors of Horrors. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, you go in, you pay your money, you go to the 4th floor, and you take all your clothes off, except they make you put Crocs on. And he goes, and then you go in, and they have this wheel where all these hookers are hanging upside down from the wheel, and you spin them, and they blow you, and then you spin to the next one, and they blow you, and your friend is across from you getting the girl on the other side. And so you're like looking at your butt while you're spinning these girls around.
This is the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my life. This is evil.
It's like
it's
like
horrible.
a Dr. Evil.
I couldn't believe that my friend wore Crocs. That's a bit I do. But when he told me that, I go, you put fucking Crocs on. He goes, and he's Brazilian. He's like, I know. You would think they'd give me shoes that jizz wouldn't get in. But they make you wear Crocs.
Yeah, I'm never going near there.
I would have to go see the 4 Floors of Horrors. I think.
What's the 5th floor? Just like they murder you or something, or it's the gateway to hell.
I don't. I'm sure.
Like there's just a demon there.
Can guys message us on the Ustream? Are they talking?
We got a couple. That's where we found out the audio wasn't good. But
Can you find out anybody watching right now? Has anybody been to 4 Floors of Horrors? And does anybody know the site for cake farts? We can't find cake farts. And we want to know. See, I always turn it to something.
Is there any antihistamines?
Is it on YouTube?
Somebody just told me to give Harlow some beer on the sly.
Oh, she loves beer.
Ooh.
Yeah, she does.
You got it, Harlow.
Harlow, you want
That's
a beer?
what Daddy's got his little bicycle water. That's what we got.
She drinks.
If you set a drink down, Harlow will get into
She'll
it in a
knock it
second.
over and finish it. 4 Floors,
What do you got there?
Singapore. Here it is.
Meyer Lansky. That's a great Twitter name, by the way.
Okay, here it is. Here it's called. Jason, we're kind of doing a show for the next 23 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's called the Orchid Towers. It's on Orchard Towers on Orchard Road in Claymore Road in Singapore. Here's what it is. It's an 18-story office building in Singapore located at the corner of Claymore and Orchard Road. The first 5 floors are a combination of bars and retail outlets, with the remainder leased as offices. During the day, the building functions as a retail and office-style building, but the building is best known as a landmark entertainment complex, famously described as the 4 Floors of Horrors, or simply the 4 Floors.
Yeah. During the day, it's an office complex. At night, it's evil.
Oh, wow.
It's hell.
They're running
Hell
tech
on earth.
support for our cable companies, and then blowing.
There's the Orchard Towers
and
double
sex
murder
trafficking.
that happened on
No, a murder happened there?
January 2nd,
How could that
2002.
happen in that place?
A British expat in his 40s murdered his driver friend Ko Nai Guan and Ko's fiance Lan Ya Ming in his apartment in Pinewood, and then he helped. After the murders, the bodies of the two were discovered inside a silver Daewoo. Gotta get a better car than that.
Yeah, if you're gonna commit multiple murders, don't get a day.
It was abandoned in the car park of the. So he went after he murdered them. He went to get some hookers.
Jesus. Well, at that point, it's like I'm going to hell,
Yeah.
so I might as well just.
Go to hell.
I might as well go to the fourth.
It doesn't
the
talk
gateway
about.
into.
There's nothing about it being a whorehouse in here. It just talks about
That's pure evil.
prostitution in Singapore. Here. Does anybody know why this is happening? My iPhone won't scroll. It's locking.
Yeah,
I
it's-
don't
It's
know.
time fucking for a new phone.
Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, like
every
they just,
18 months, you got to drop $600-700.
They just did
on
another
some-
update, and it's just probably just fucking at the end of its capacity for the next generation of phone to come out. That OS.
These
It's just
guys.
it's just a fucking ploy.
Such bullshit.
Are you on a 4S still, or is that
This is a
5?
5S.
5S.
I got to figure out what I'm going to do when I travel overseas. Usually, I have an unlocked iPhone 4 that I'll just put a SIM card into.
Yep, that's what I do.
That's what you do. But then, how do you stay in contact with people back here?
Wi-Fi.
Just keep this on Wi-Fi
When you
only.
put this on Wi-Fi, you can talk to them on FaceTime,
We text the whole time he's in Australia.
and you can text, and you can.
So you put it in airplane mode with just Wi-Fi? No, how do you do it?
You've got to turn your cell data off. I'm like giving a tip on this. Turn your cell data off, but also use something like Viber. You can make calls, or you can use iPhone or FaceTime. You can call, use voice or video, and then you can use you can even use
Skype or
iMessaging,
WhatsApp.
iMessaging, Skype, WhatsApp.
So I just turn off cellular data.
Yeah.
And then I'm just using Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, because
so you're not calling.
This is a true story, and it's a bit I've done on stage for years. But it's true that I got. Oh, great! You guys are 23.
Wow.
23
Thanks, guys.
23 hours in, and you're just gonna smoke pot already.
Yeah. That was the best, most honest answer I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You're gonna be passed out within the first hour.
No excuse. He goes, yeah.
Imagine if
Kind of
we
an
were all
asshole
on a
question.
raft in the ocean together.
We kind of are.
Yeah.
A digital ocean.
One time I went to Australia, I didn't turn my data roam off. And I got back, and I got a $1,700 bill.
Oh, that's good.
I remember this.
So I call AT&T. This is a true story, and I do a bit, so I don't want to act like I'm doing a bit on you guys. I called the woman, and this is totally true, every part of it. I call, and this woman from AT&T like starts handling my case, and her name was Beatrice. And I'm talking to her, and she's like, she's being so nice and so sweet. And I'm on the phone for an hour discussing the whole reason how I got the $1,700 bill. And blah. She goes, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to write this off. She's like, I'll just erase it. I'm going to delete it. She's like, you don't have to pay. And I'm like, nothing. I don't have to pay anything. She's like, nope. And she was so nice and so sweet. And while she's doing it, she's like, okay, I've got it all. It's all good, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Can you hold for a second? Go to hold. I get disconnected.
Oh! Beatrice is laughing her ass off.
So
that
I
whole
call
day.
back, and I'm expecting, to go straight through to Beatrice. Or I waited a little bit, because sometimes they take down your number to call you back. No. So I call back, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to have to go through the whole thing with you, but it's a long story, but there's a woman there named Beatrice.
Smoking weed in the window.
I'm like, there's a woman named Beatrice, and could you possibly find her, because I need to discuss my situation. And the guy goes, there's no way I can find Beatrice. And I was like, well, okay, let me tell you my story. So I tell him another hour with this guy, what happened, why the phone was on. I think it was on, it was off, blah, blah. The guy goes, I'm sorry, Mr. Rift, you're just going to have to pay your bill. And I go, you're going to have to find Beatrice. And he's like, I can't. And I go like this. I start doing all these hypothetical situations with him. I go, okay, so imagine, okay, I've got Beatrice's daughter locked up in my basement right now. Can you find Beatrice? Like, I want to know if you're capable of finding her. And he's going, sir, I don't find this very funny. I go, neither do I.
Yeah,
and he's like,
$1,700 not funny.
He's like, he goes, there's 40,000 employees here at AT&T. There's no possible way to find it. I go, her daughter right now is chained to a wall in my basement, okay? I've got knives, whips, all kinds of things. Could you find her? I know there's 40,000. And he's like, listen, you can't be making jokes. And I go, let's say I'm not joking. Are you going to get her? Would you get her if I wasn't joking? I just want to know if you can get her. And he's like, sir, I'm going to get the police. And I'm like, you do that, Beatrice kid gets it. And I'm like, get her on the fucking phone. And they ended up calling the police on me. AT&T called the police, and they said that they were going to charge me with terroristic threats for making threats over the phone. And they said, they recorded your call. I go, fine, listen to the call. It's fucking, I'm making hypothetical. The guy's being a dick. The guy won't take I didn't say that to the police. I said, the guy would not get, and I was saying, is it possible? And I was like, if you listen clearly, you know that I'm not making threats, And I ended up somehow getting it all written off, though. But I was so fucking mad.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Yeah. I remember trying to get some bill taken off from something, and she's like, sir, we can't do that. You already paid. I go, stop saying, I got so mad. I go, I know you can reverse this charge, sir. It's not possible. I go, you keep saying it like it's time travel, like something you can't do. Yeah. I know you can take this off.
It's possible.
And I go, and she said, and I go, do not say that same sentence to me over and over and over. Take it off. And she takes a long pause, puts me on hold, comes back. Sir, I reversed the charges. I was like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
I found out from one of them, they have a thing called the yelling room. Because I told some girl how I fight with them all the time. And she goes, the hell is Harlow eating?
Her chewy rawhide thing.
She's going to die.
Just like a baby's hand.
She's going to poop.
Yeah, she's done with that. Throw that out. So they told me, I met somebody from a call service, and they were like, oh, yeah, they have a place for people like you. It's called the Yelling Room. When one of the telemarketers or whatever they are, call service people, gets a disgruntled customer, and it starts getting heated, they say, please hold, and then they go in this room where they're getting yelled at, and they'll say to each other, I got to go to the yelling room. Like some guys, because I've lost.
Oh, I've heard it.
Them.
I have too. Who hasn't lost it on one of those fucking people?
Well, because I hate it when they just keep quoting you the same thing. It's like, no, I understand that. I'm telling you, no.
They're
Here's
hiding behind a
why.
script.
My friend used to do this thing where he would just say eggnog to them. When they would keep saying the same thing, he would say eggnog back to see how long till they would go, sir, why are you saying eggnog?
Right.
And he would just keep going. They'd be like, sir, I'm telling you, the cost is $14 a month. And he'd go, eggnog. And they'd be like, so do you want to pay the $14 a month? And he'd go, eggnog. And they would just go, I can bill this to you, eggnog. And he goes, they never fucking say, why are you saying eggnog? They just keep going. I fought with them today because we had to get the modem switched out. And the woman was just, swear to God, clearly making shit up completely.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think what they say is Time Warner Cable goes, all right, here's the bottom. You have to charge them $47 a month. Anything above that, it's in your pocket. And so the person's just going, sir, then there's the additional fee of $46 on top of the $49. And you're like, what's that $46 for? Well, that's for the upgrade and the installation. But I'm installing it myself. So it's just for the upgrade.
Yeah.
And they just start.
Yeah.
She said, and she goes, that's without taxes and fees. I go, what are taxes and fees? She goes, I don't have that information here. I'm like, but you have the cost.
But you can do
Here's
it
another.
right now.
Here's another thing. You guys got to watch out now. Don't watch movies like illegally now downloading anymore. There's a new game that they're doing. There's a company. It's
You
based.
should never do that.
It's based over here. But if you do, like right now,
if you do, which half our fans do.
But
90%.
there's a company. It's something like Film Rights. Something. It's a newer company. They're a public held company, and what they do is they partner with service providers, and they can track IPs so they can see where it's downloaded. They have a crew that's all they do is look for stolen movies, and when they track one down to an IP address, they just bill you $40, and it just shows up on your bill. But if you pay that, then it's an admission, and it's just like it just becomes a. So
well,
they're
so
just
many companies
billing you
just
now.
put some charge on there, knowing that probably 20% of the people are going to call and complain and get it removed. The other people are going to just not see it and pay it.
Yep.
The other thing is with that though, with what you're talking about, if you leave your Wi-Fi open,
Yeah.
how do you know who's on your Wi-Fi? It's not. I mean,
buddy.
I guess Henry
Henry
Phillips.
Phillips.
Look at him all dressed up, looking snazzy.
I guess they could. I
look
guess
like
they
an
could
asshole.
say if you let somebody on your Wi-Fi,
It's your
then
responsibility.
you're responsible.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, there's like big lawsuits in Florida about that because there are people that were intentionally leaving their Wi-Fi's open to try to create like a free network, and the homeowners associations and that they filed suit, and they're people are getting in deep shit for that.
I'm good.
We just finished our first hour. I want to thank Graham Elwood for being here tonight. How fucking good is this, Graham? You were our first guest.
Oh
on
my
the
God, I'm so
24 hours.
excited. I was honored to be on your 300th episode at the Improv. I'm honored to be on your last show. I'm glad that you
were very helpful.
funded. Yeah, it was awesome. And you came on Film Nerds to promote it.
One of the coordinators of the Cannonball Run event, Graham.
Yes.
It's
Cannonball
funny.
Run
I'm not even
coordinator.
a film buff, and I love going on your show. I love talking film because who doesn't like film?
Everyone that's the thing we always say. Some people go, "Oh, Graham, I don't know that much about movies." I go, it doesn't matter. I know you have an opinion about some kind of movie.
And it's not. You guys don't get too nerdy that it's like you guys are kind of an authority.
God, the
on,
blocking in that movie was just
no,
off.
but they're good. They're good critics of films, and I usually agree with all the stuff they say. So it's like fun as even if you're not like a film nerd,
Right.
just like you like films. It's good, and they're funny guys to
Thanks,
talk
man.
to. So,
Thanks, dude. Thank
check out Graham's podcast, which is Comedy Film Nerds, and it's available on iTunes, everything else. And come to the LA Podcast Festival, which is the
26th or the 28th of September. Tickets are at
26th or 20th.
lapodfest.com, and we will be giving Eddie a coupon code for the live pay-per-view video stream in the next couple weeks.
So we want a lot of shitheads and a lot of bingleberries and window lickers there.
Yes, bring all those,
all
those people. Bring your body armor and Kevlar and come on out to the Podfest.
So thanks, Graham, for being part of the 24-hour marathon show. And thank you guys for listening. We're going to start another episode with Henry Phillips as our next guest.
Very funny.